The book of Hebrews is written to people who were struggling with a choice between the Old Covenant and the New Covenant, between the laws of Moses on one side and the way of Jesus on the other. One of the sharpest contrasts between these two is sketched out in Hebrews chapter 12. The author is trying to help his people make the right choice by describing Sinai as a place of fear and Jesus as a place of joy. We can read it starting in verse 18. You have not come to a mountain that can be touched and that is burning with fire. That's Mount Sinai. To darkness, gloom, and storm. To a trumpet blast, or to such a voice speaking words that those who heard it begged that no further word be spoken to them, because they couldn't bear what was commanded. If even an animal touches the mountain, it must be stoned to death. That's a quote from Exodus 19. The sight was so terrifying that Moses said, I am trembling with fear. Verse 22, contrast. But you have come to Mount Zion, the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem. You have come to thousands upon thousands of angels in joyful assembly, to the church of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven. You have come to God, the judge of all, to the spirits of the righteous made perfect, to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood that speaks a better word than the blood of Abel. It's not crying out for vengeance, but for salvation. Nowadays, we may not be tempted with the Old Covenant specifically, but sometimes we are tempted to think of God in Old Covenant ways, thinking about rules and punishments and fear. Our emotions about God emphasize his distance, his disapproval, his power. But when we think about Jesus, the author is saying our emotions should be different. We should think of joyful assemblies, to salvation, to the God who invites us to come. He doesn't require that we be perfect before we can come. Instead, he makes us perfect. He cleanses all our sins. He makes our heart perfect so that we can come and rejoice along with him and the angels. There's a party going on in heaven, and we are invited to come and be cleansed, to join the joyful assembly.